Hello friends, how are you all? I hope you all are doing great. So this is the class C of the Indian labor market during the 2000s, okay? 2000, and in this class we will be starting off with the explaining the jobless growth during the second half of the 2000, okay? So we will be comparing two periods basically. The first period is from 2000 to 2005, okay, which is the first half of 2000, and other one is the second half, that is 2005 to 2010, okay. So the figures on the overall employment growth fail to capture the true nature of the economic and employment growth. And if I want to give you the example, like during the first half of 2000, agriculture employment rose, but the rural income was stagnant in real sense, okay. So the figure did not able to capture this. That means the real income basically remained same or even fall than before, okay. So that things the data didn't capture. And if I want to give you the another example, like in the second half, the agriculture employment declined, but the income was recovered, okay. Earlier they were stagnant income, but after the second half of 2000 the income was recovered, okay. So what we are going to do, we will be studying the reason that why it happened, and what was the scenario at that time with some figures, okay. So if I talk about the second half, there was an absolute decline of 21 million workers engaged in agriculture and related activities. Okay, so as I already told you that there is a reduction in the agriculture employment during the second half of the 2000. Okay, and there was a modest increase of 22.3 million workers in the non-agriculture sectors. Okay, so they were basically shifting from traditional sector to the modern sector during that period. And if I give you some overview of first half also, then at between 2000 to 2005, agriculture and allied activities contributed one third of the total increase in the employment. But GDP growth in agriculture was not significant. Farm and also the farmer committed suicides. The farmer suicides reported from various regions of India. Okay, so that was the period of distress for the farmer. Okay. But now you must be thinking that how can it be possible that agriculture employment grew during the period of general stagnation in agriculture income. Okay, the income became stagnant or even reduced in real terms, but agriculture employment increased. Okay, so the reason behind can be many reasons. Like there was a large number of rural women that entered into agricultural labor force to supplement the low household income. Okay, so there was distress in the families during that time, there were poverty, and also the rural women also entered the agricultural labor force to supplement their low income households, okay, in response to the distress condition in the countryside. And if I talk about the numbers, so 16.9 million of 18.5 million new entrants in labor force was self-employed female rural areas. Okay, so you can see the how much proportion is there. Okay, so they added almost 90% of the increase in labor force during that time period. So but it may lead to like increase in the nominal one. They may lead to increase in the nominal wages of the farmers and the one who are employed. But if I talk in real terms, like if I also consider the price into action, okay, then in real term the basic their purchasing power became stagnant. Okay, they remain stagnant or even fell. Okay, it is evident from the data which have been given in the readings. And the rural women who reported their economic status, most of the rural women reported their economic status as attending to domestic duties only reduces. Okay, so these were the main reason behind this logic. Okay, now let's focus on our second half of 2000. Okay, that is from 2005 to 2010. Okay, let me just write it down. Okay, so during this period, nearly 22 million women left agriculture work. That is, there is a steep decline in the female agriculture employment. Female agri employment. Okay, there is a decline. Okay, because the women left agriculture due to many reasons, like their income also recovered and they were well off during that time. And also there was a rise in the education of people during that time, so their condition have improved, so female get back to their own cliche work that they used to do before. Okay, so it is all associated with some improvement in the rural economy. And also during that period there was a growth in the agriculture income also. Okay, and if I talk about any government scheme which helped in the growth of agriculture income or the clear upward shift in the growth of real wages, especially in the rural areas, so Manrega can be given some credit of. Okay, Manrega, we have discussed this already in the government programs that I have discussed in the series of RBI Grade B. Okay, so you can check this out over here if you want to know more. So it also produced a substantial impact on the rural employment and the rural wages, and due to this the number of casual worker also increases. And there was also one more reason that women get back to household, because there is an improvement in the average income earning opportunities for the male members of the family. That's why they get back to their normal work. So therefore we can say that a large part of variation in employment in India during the 2000s occurred due to shift in activity status of rural female between 2000 to 2005. Okay, so that was the first feature of 2005 to 2010. The second feature which comes that which explains the uh, improvement in the growth of the country can be the rise in the proportion of the student during that period. Okay, so there has been a steady increase in the ratio of student to total population. If I talk in numbers, so in 1993-94 the rate was 24.5%, and in 2009 to 10 the rate grew up to 26.6%. Okay, so there was an increase in the proportion of the student that are attending to the school. So this expansion of school, primary and secondary school, it occurs it occurs in the starting of the first half of 2005. Okay, so during the first half of 2000s, expansion of the primary and secondary school education occurred, and in what happened in the second half, there was a substantial growth of education beyond the secondary level. And if I give you the data about rural females, so during of 15 to 19 years, okay, 15 to 19 years, okay, so I'll be telling how much proportion of these were student. So in 2004-5, they 31.5% were only student during this age group in the rural female. But in the second half, that is at the end of 2009-10, this number rose to 47%. Okay, so there was a substantial increase in the rural female also which are attending to the schools. And also there has been a reduction in the disparity in the access to education, that is difference between the richest and poorest of the society has been reduced drastically during that period. Okay, so there was more access to the education to all of them mostly. That's why the number grew at that time. So now we have studied this. So now let's study the education profile of the workforce, that whether the how much the illiteracy rate was. Okay, so we are going to study these all in comparison with the two period, that is first half of 2000 and the second half of 2000. So it was not at all an impressive picture that even in 2010 32% of the total workers were illiterate. Okay, which is quite high. Illiteracy was higher among the female worker, that is 53%, and still higher among the female casual worker, which accounts for 65%. Okay, so now let's talk about first half. Okay, so During the first half of 2000, there was more illiteracy in the country. Okay, illiterates formed a substantial share of the new employment during the first half of 2000. Now what happened in the second half? Now we are going to see in the second half. Okay, so in the second half, the illiterate worker declined in number, and there was marginal improvement in the education profile of the worker. And this can be also evident from the decrease in agriculture workers and increase in the non-agriculture worker, which requires higher skills in the industry and the service sector. Okay, so since the non-agriculture sector was growing at higher pace, so the employment opportunity was reduced for workers with only primary or middle school education. Okay, and the employment opportunities for higher education worker were obviously higher. Okay, so that was the scenario for the second half of 2000. Okay, so that was all for this class. In the next class we are going to study about the challenges to a modern labor market. Okay, so I am just writing down the heading, and we will continue in the next class. So thank you guys for watching. We'll meet you in the next video. Till then, goodbye.